Our next two areas that we're going to talk about to foster deep learning is frequent, connected, authentic practice, and feedback. With the frequent, connected, and authentic practice, we're talking about students working on problems for that involve real world problems. It's not just taking a test. I mean, it can be a test, and papers that are written to solve something that's important and realistic. And it's connected to something of their area of interest, and it's just not a one-time thing. In athletic training, we call it learning over time, meaning that students need to do things over and over again to learn how to do it. In the John Tagg article from 2004, I thought a quote was really good that helps understand what this means. And this is on page 14 of the June 2004 article by John Tagg. And it says, the quote is, "In the student assessment as learning at Alvarino College, you read, the principle of performance requires that we assess abilities in action and the kind of integrated situation in which students will use them in their life beyond campus. This principle insists that if we are going to assess our students' thinking, we must find ways to make their thinking observable. If we are to assess their problem-solving ability, we must observe them solving problems. If we are to assess their interactive ability, we must provide situation and watch them interact." And that's critical. If we're going to ask you to teach, which I'm going to ask you to teach in this class, unfortunately, if this was a perfect world, this class would be a face-to-face class. We would meet, and then we'll talk about teaching. Then I would ask you to actually teach a lesson based on what we're going to go over in this class. You'll see in one of your assignments that I do ask you to teach, but it's more of teaching how to teach. It would be fantastic if you could teach a class, record it, and show it in our class in a forum. I just don't know if that's going to work for our 6 weeks that we have. So what is authentic practice for you? These are questions that I'll post in the old forum. What would it look like for you in your particular professional setting, in your teaching setting? So look in the syllabus. Do you think you're going to get frequent, connected, authentic practice? If not, what should we change? The next part is feedback. Feedback is me giving you information on how you do or did on a particular assignment or assignments, or just in general. And again, on a clinical setting, this is huge. This is how we help students learn their clinical skills. I still remember when I was learning how to tape ankles. I wasn't a natural when it came to taping ankles. So my mentor had to give me a lot of feedback, and it was consistent and it was timely. He would see me doing something that was incorrect on like my heel lock or something like that. He would say, "Hold on a second," and give me feedback that was very informational, very direct. It was very timely, and it was continuous. And he kept giving me feedback until I got the activity done right. So that's true in classes. If you're teaching a formal class, didactic is the big academic term for what we're doing in a regular classroom setting. On the feedback I should give you in your assignments should have these different things that I have here and Tagg talks about in his articles. So my question for you is, what kind of feedback helps you most? I've never really asked this question to students before. I am interested in this question. What kind of feedback, especially the students that have been in this program for a while, what kind of feedback helps you best to make changes to do better on your assignments? This will help me be a better professor, so I hope that I can get some feedback about feedback.